So, I'm going to play in the NBA by the end of next year, and I know exactly what I need to be able to do to be able to get to that level. I need to be one of the best athletes in the NBA in terms of speed, quickness, jumping ability, things like that. Most people in the world can't physically and athletically compete at the NBA level, just in terms of being able to stay in front of your guy, being strong enough to, not get pushed around like crazy, and being able to go by your guy so that you're not just a liability on offense, just stuck. I prioritized quickness first because if you can't get to the basket, you can't jump to finish at the rim or dish off or whatever the case may be. And if you can't create separation with your quickness on offense, you can't get the shot off. What is NBA quickness? Like right now, you're going to see what exactly these NBA players that are my size are capable of from a quickness perspective.
This quickness has caused Jeff Teague problems that size can make.
Ulis gets inside and puts it up and in again.
Got Parsons back into the game. And exploding in the goal is J.J. Barea. Nice finish.
Isaiah gets to the basket.
Hops.
28.5 inches out of Leonard.
So hops wise, all the guards that are my size, it's pretty much all the same. They at least do 32 inches from a standstill, and they mostly do 40 inches with a running start. You need the foot speed as well. So foot speed is just something that you just have to, work on. If you're not, good at it. My foot speed's pretty good, but I just expect to keep working at it, just like I work on hops and quickness, and get that there as well, because those three things are pretty much it. And then after that, it's the more detailed things like change of direction, being able to stop on a dime, things like that. But if you can, do all those NBA numbers with speed and quickness, then those things should just be able to be done. Like, it just comes with it, because it means that you're, using all the right muscle groups and things like that have the breaks. So, yeah. So how strong do I want to get, like, physically? I just know that in basketball, you have to be very strong. Like, you gotta be a strong man, without any doubt. And I think it gets particularly exposed in the playoffs. I think, like, just numbers wise, like military press, I feel like is a really good upper body workout and indicator of strength. 155 like 8 to 10 times, I'd be happy with that. I feel like that's pretty strong. Maybe 165. The lower body, I feel like you gotta be able to do 3 plates, so 315, at least like 8 times, going all the way down. And you should be close to being able to get like 4 plates, so like maybe close to 400 pounds, like once or twice. I feel like if I could do that, then I'd be strong enough to play in the NBA. And that's just because I'm so small. I'm so small compared to these NBA players. I also need elite skills. I really feel like I know what's going on with my skills. I feel like I have talent in terms of skill, meaning that I'm just somebody that invested so much time into it that I have the talent for it. Like, I can shoot and dribble like well. And when somebody sees me dribble and shoot, they're gonna be like, wow, this kid's got talent, as in, like, you know, he seems like he's a natural because he's been doing it for so long. I really feel like I have that. But I feel like, for one, like, obviously I've been completely ignoring and shutting down my skill work, but I feel like because I've invested so many years into it, I started when I was young, I still have all of it, I can get it back quickly. So me just knowing, like, what's happened over the past few years with how my skill has still stayed, I just know that it's just gonna still be there, even if it takes like at least a month to get a lot of it back. But at the end of the day, it's about getting it to the next level. And I feel like if I just go back and just do what I used to do skill-wise, it's not going to get me to that next level. What's going to get me to the next level is big picture thinking. So when I shoot, I'm fundamentally sound. I have a good touch. I clearly have repeated the motion so many times that it's the same way. So those are the good things about my shooting. The negative though, small hands, balance hasn't been great. I always overexerted on defense to make up for my lack of athleticism. So I never really, for the most part, had just this not being so tired to be able, still be able to shoot like I normally shoot. So those are the reasons why I feel like I've been missing shots when I do miss shots. And this is what I really believe. So when I go back with the shooting, you know, after I get back what I used to have, these big picture things are what I'm going to work on, because I truly believe that I'm good at everything else, and that those big picture things are the difference makers between, you know, being good at shooting and being world class. So that's what I'm going to do with shooting, and then you guys are going to find out if it's true or not, because guess what? I'm going to shoot in games against high level competition, and if I'm killing it, that means that I was right. So I look forward to proving that these big picture things are what really needed work, and that it was correct for me to just completely skip out on the skills for long chunks of time to focus on athleticism, to improve athletically as fast as possible. Because any other wear and tear you put on your body, even if it's minimal, you don't get the same recovery for the next athleticism session. Because athletically, you want to improve every single time. Alright, so that's for shooting. And for ball handling, I feel like I have talent, like I said. I feel like I can do all the moves, like crossover, behind the back, through the legs, spin move. I got all that stuff. But I feel like my weaknesses, for one, not low enough. Trust me, I know why I haven't been getting low enough when I like dribble the ball and drive and things like that. So I'm gonna be fine with that. I know what to do. And then it's the same thing. My hands being small, not strong enough, my wrists being tiny, things like that. I feel like they affect my handles because I don't get to really control the ball with these big hands. So that's the second thing. And other than that, like, I feel like my handles are good. And so I'm just gonna work on these hands becoming really strong. And after that, I just expect to be just fine with my ball handling. But if there's something that I'm not seeing right now, it's gonna show when I get game footage against NBA level or close to NBA level competition. So I look forward to doing that as well. Elite basketball IQ. Man, basketball IQ, that's something that can always be worked on. I have a very high basketball IQ because I know basketball and I'm just very intellectual and analytic. And I see the big picture and the small details. So that's why I just have a high basketball IQ, but it can be so much better, because there's so much to basketball. And I'm gonna be honest right now, like the NBA game, I know like some aspects of it. I know pick and roll is huge. I know the different variations of pick and rolls. I know that like NBA teams, what they're trying to do is have a bunch of great athletes that can all defend, that can also shoot, because they would just want the floor spread out for the star player to either get their open shot up or drive to the basket and kick out or finish, and then just have a bunch of shooters around that can make the shots and also defend multiple positions. That's like the way the game is heading. So I understand that, and I know that that's why for me, I'm gonna have to be like Isaiah Thomas on offense with better point guard skills. And on defense, I'm gonna have to be way better than Isaiah Thomas. So I know that just basketball IQ wise, that's something I gotta do, And other than that, like I feel like if I watch the game and I analyze it, I'm more than capable of understanding what's going on. But my weakness right now is if you just ask me like, okay, so Sacramento, the roster and what do they do? Like I'm gonna be like, I don't know. They throw it to Zach Randolph like 25% of the time and just let him post up one-on-one. And if the double comes, he's gonna kick it out. And then you got 3 shooters in the other side of the floor to give him space to operate on, things like that. Like that would be my guess, but I don't really know exactly like what they do. Like that would just be one of my guesses and things like that. So as you can see, like I have basketball IQ, but I'm not like exact with all the teams and stuff like that. And I feel like at this point, like I should have a great grasp of it, because I have to keep picturing what I'd be able to do on the floor on the offense and defense. Elite leadership, and that's pretty much it. Essentially, I just have to be one of the best basketball players in the world. That's just from a basketball perspective. That's only half the battle. The other half is, because I didn't play Division I basketball, I wasn't one of the best players in the world when I was in college. I wasn't a European star. Those players are the players that, get drafted or end up playing in the NBA. So because I'm not one of those players and it's a non-traditional route, I need to make my own way. And so the other half of the battle is putting out enough compelling evidence that I'm good enough to play in the NBA. That's why I'm doing this, media marketing. You know, 27 is so unattractive for like an NBA player. I'm not even gonna be 27 if I make it. I'm gonna be like probably like 29. That's very unattractive because within a few years they're gonna be like, oh, he's gonna be out of his prime. I'm 5'8", which means that even, you know, defensively it's like already a stereotype that if you're 5'8", you're 100% a liability on defense. So those are all like tall mountains to climb. Like the past 2 days I've been sleeping in my car. The first day was like just misery, like so lonely and just isolated feeling. Just everything's dark and I just have to lay there and just suck it up, which is what I did. You're trying to be excellent and make it, but things are just so hard. Oh man, this is that sleeping in the car life, man. It's not easy. Every morning, 3 or 4 a.m. I wake up shivering because the windows are open and it becomes cold in the middle of the night. So it's a struggle, but that's why I got this blanket for $250. It's day 4. I slept so much today because a lot of physical stress, neural stress from training for the past few days. The first day was like brutal, but it's getting easier and easier actually. I'm starting to kind of enjoy this life actually, so that's good, right? Because you don't want it to feel like it's jail time all the time. So small like a jail cell, but not as bad as a jail cell. First night was complete misery. But I'm just glad it's not feeling so hard anymore. I'm not trying to talk too loud because I don't want to disturb anybody. Ooh, it's burnt. Oh well. I'm not exactly like full 100% of the time. If I'm just not in the situation, I would finish this easily, but because of the financial situation that I'm in, I gotta be smart. So I'm not starving anymore, so I'm gonna have to just save this for later. I worked yesterday and the day before that, like all day, because I had to. I needed some money. It was a Craigslist job, so they paid the same day with cash. So it's a big relief that I don't have to wait like 2 weeks like I normally have to. I'm out here hustling right now. Gotta do whatever it takes to keep the dream going. Learn something new though, so that's the positive out of this. Learn about shirt folding and the shirt making business. So it's been kind of fun. So I'm glad I got some money. I needed it. And I have to work another job right now in like 40 minutes because I just need to just build up a little bit of money so that I don't feel this enormous pressure like I might run out of money and I can't get food. That right there, that's the job I'm working right now. As you can see, it's driving while sign holding at the top of the car. So that's my job. It pays $17 in cash an hour. We only have to go like 30 to 35 miles per hour, so it doesn't take up much gas. I personally like this job as like a quick way to get money so I can, you know, continue to support myself and support my dream off the fact that it doesn't take energy. Driving is really easy for me. I don't have to be out in the sun. It's air conditioned in here. It's my car.